Hey YouTube, it has been a month, I think, since my last video, and in that time, I've had a baby. We have been sent into mandatory lockdown. It feels like the world is falling apart, but I am here to hopefully provide you with a little bit of a distraction and some happy, squishy yarn mail. So sit down, relax, pick up your current work in progress, and let me show you some of the things that I have been working on and been playing with over the last 30 days. Okay, so first up, I'm just going to share with you just a little bit of the birth story of our little guy. He was born March 26th. I'm going to try to post a picture right here if I can figure that out in the editing process. But if not, if you follow me on Instagram or even Facebook, which those will be linked down below, you can take a peek at Little Bear, is what I've been calling him, but his name is Gideon. And he was a whopping 10.6 pounds and 22 inches long. And he was born via midwife, all natural. And we are just so thrilled to have him. He is very, very loved by all of his 7 brothers and sisters. So, yeah, those of you who were wondering what was going to happen, I thought I was going to be on a lot sooner, but then all of this craziness went down. And so I just decided I'm going to take the month of April off. I'm going to kind of like put my thoughts together, kind of regroup and figure out what our new normal is. And here I am, and little man will be 6 weeks old on Thursday, which is just so crazy. So, with all that being said, I have been doing lots and lots of online yarn shopping, and I have just fallen head over heels in love with indie dyers and all things indie dyers, and getting to know just the ins and the outs of the indie dyeing world. And that kind of spawned a little bit of a self challenge that I am going to be doing on here and on Instagram as well. But before I talk about that, I'm going to show you some of the yarn that I've purchased. So one of my favorite local yarn dyers, she's north of me by about 30 minutes, and her name is Erin, and she has a yarn shop called Coast to Coast Yarns. Again, all of these dyers are going to be linked down below, so if you want to kind of go explore and maybe get some ideas on yarns you may want to try, I would highly encourage you to do so. So this is just one of about, I think, 10 skeins that I have purchased overall from Erin. But this colorway is called Sea Glass, and it is absolutely stunning. I'm going to take the little sleeve off here. And my favorite yarn weight to purchase is DK. I do sometimes purchase fingering weight and sock weight yarns, but not as often as DK. So if you look inside, you can see all of these gorgeous little speckles, and you get a really good idea of why it's called sea glass. It's just so subtle and stunning. Very, very beautiful. I'm a sucker for speckled yarns. I just love them. So that is one of my purchases. Next up is Ridiculous hand-dyed yarns, and this is another DK weight, and this one is called Winifred, and I'm going to slide, well, let's go this way with it. Whoops. She is another indie dyer who I have purchased several things from. But this one, you guys know me. If you've been following me for any amount of time, I am a sucker for color. I love a good neutral like the one I just showed you. Just that feels very classy, very sophisticated. But this is just all of my colors. It's just so beautiful. I love down here all of these blue tones that you can see. And then as we make our way up the middle of the skein, we've got pinks, we've got purples, even some electric purples right in there. We're fading into some neons, just little hints. And then again, we get back to the blues and the greens. This one is so, so stunning. I just love it. I'm sure that if you have spent any time on Pinterest, you've likely encountered Brienne from, I always get her blog name tongue-tied, but it's called Hooked on Homemade Happiness. So I purchased this from her. Another, I believe this is DK, is a worsted weight, a 4-ply worsted weight, which is pretty similar to DK if you aren't familiar with that. But this colorway is called Scattered Thoughts. So it's almost like a milder version of this, but still very similar in tone, as you can see. But the ply, so this is a superwash merino in DK, and then this one is a superwash merino in 4-ply. So just a little bit more texture in the yarn versus this one. So hopefully it'll focus on that. So this is just a little softer, and this one has just a little bit thicker of a texture. But the colors are still absolutely beautiful and stunning, just gorgeous. Lots of earthy tones right in here. And then these purples and blues are just stunning. And then these kind of fuchsia right here is beautiful. So there's that. And then I have Bay Horse yarn is another dyer that I encountered on Instagram. And they are on Etsy, of course. And this is 2 of 3 skeins that I got from her. And her thing is really cool because she shares a lot of horse stuff, which is really neat. So these 2 right here, this is Sweetgrass and this one is Kentucky Bluegrass, and just those greens. Again, like I said, I'm a sucker for speckles. I just love them. So I did get another colorway. I got 3 in this particular purchase, but I'll show you what I did with that one in a minute. But just absolutely beautiful. So stunning. And I'll show you this speckled one by itself, just so you can see. I'll peel this off real quick. So just very, very beautiful. Love that speckling right there. And if you look, there's a couple of spots where you get a little bit of blue and then a few neon flecks. So that one is going to work up gorgeously. Another yarn that I have been seeing floating around a lot, it's really more about the yarn base, but it has been floating around a lot on Instagram, and it is called a slub base. And this is a fingering weight yarn, and this is from the Cornbread and Honey yarn shop. And the thing that's really cool about this, like obviously the color is stunning, but the texture of this yarn is really, really unique. So you've got some like crinkling, but then you have these little knots, if you will, in the yarn. And it just adds a really cool dimension, in my opinion. And so I have a couple of thoughts and ideas on what I'd like to do with this, but this is something that I got 3 skeins of from, like I said, Cornbread and Honey, and I've actually purchased from her quite a few times. She is a talented, talented dyer. She really has an eye for putting together tones and colorways, and I have yet to purchase from her and not be happy with my purchase. So this one I'm really excited about. I have some thoughts and ideas for fall pieces, but this one's going to be a lot of fun worked up because of just the cool textures. And then of course the color is gorgeous. So that is from Cornbread and Honey. I have a lot here, so please be patient. Okay, so this one, this is not in a hank. This is from the Dover Street Supply Company, and this was in the colorway Easter Egg. So this was a project that I did and I didn't love, and I undid it, and then I redid it in something else. And again, I'll show you in a minute. I got 2 of these. This is the second one. I haven't frogged it yet, but I redid it in something else. But as you can see, the colors are so fun. I mean, Easter Egg is the perfect name for this. So beautiful and stunning. I just love all of those flecks and speckles. Like I said, just absolutely gorgeous colorway. So that was from Dover Street Supply, and I actually just put in, because she just did a shop update, I just put in another order to get some of her other colorways because I caught her shop update a little too late last time and a bunch of stuff was sold out. But that's okay. Okay. I'm going to try not to crinkle paper too much because my husband said, don't crinkle the paper. I think that might get on people's nerves. So let me know down in the comments. Does that get on your nerves when paper is crinkled? I'm not trying to be annoying. Another one is Yarn Loving Lady by Lisa Phillips. And these are 2 sport weights. And again, speckles, speckles, speckles. And she even sent this little stitch marker charm, which is such a nice little touch. I love that. I'm going to try to turn it around so you can see. So these are just really subtle and they have great tones, and the speckling is just, be still my heart. I love it. This pink one is called Peonies. So I'll hold this one up by itself so you can get a nice, good idea of that speckling in there. So subtle. This is just very classy to me. Just the subtle speckles. And then this one is called Confetti, which is very fitting. It kind of reminds me of a jawbreaker a little bit. It looks like a jawbreaker, but just all of those rainbow tones with just little hints of neon. I just love it. I can't wait to see this one worked up. It's going to be very, very pretty. I made another purchase from Woolberry Fiber Company, and these are, let's see, I think these are sock weights, and the colorway is called Antique Shop. And these beauties are just, oh, wow. These are going to look so awesome in the fall season, but lots of colors going on. We've got some warm tones. We've got little spots of speckling. We've got some rust colors, but we also have the vibrant purples and the mustard hues. Oh, these are just absolutely gorgeous. This little spot right here makes me super happy. I love that. Like happy little accidents, if you will, even if they didn't mean to have that happen. It makes me happy. So these are beautiful, and look at those tones right there, and look at that blue just kind of popping through. Very stunning. Right here is beautiful too. And then that little pink and purple. I just love how they're the same, but yet they're unique. They're like little works of art. Love that. Next up is another sock weight yarn, and this is from a British dyer who, her stuff, man, I just drool over all of it. It's so beautiful. But her shop name is the Fiber Fox, and look at that. Look at this amazing fade. Let me take one of these off. So this colorway, excuse me, is called Arabian Nights. Look at this. It goes from this gorgeous, gorgeous purple, fades up into this fuchsia, hot pink, kind of rust orange, burning sun, like yellow. It's just so, so pretty. I love it. And I got 3 of these. And again, this is going to be for a fall project, but I'm so excited to get to work with all of this gorgeousness. Again, this is like yarn for the whole year that I'm purchasing for, because obviously I have designs that I have to put out and things that I have to make in order to keep my business going. And just a small side note, if you ever watch my videos, visit my blog, make purchases from Etsy or Ravelry, just know my heart leaps out of my chest as soon as I get an email notification that I have sold a pattern. I say out loud, of course my family even kind of like laughs at me, but I say out loud, thank you. So just know I'm very, 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 very grateful for all of your support in whatever ways you do it. Even if it's just simply watching one of these videos, I thank you for that. I just wanted to take the time to say that. But yes, this beautifulness, and all of her stuff is gorgeous like this. It's just vibrant and rich and just makes you go like, oh my gosh, wow, wow, wow. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. Let me see. I'm looking through my stuff over here to make sure that I've shown everything. This was another cornbread and honey colorway. It's kind of hard to see because I balled it up. You guys, can you believe that I do not have a yarn swift and a ball winder? I wind everything by hand. I kind of like it because it's a little therapeutic. I kind of like wrap it around my knees and unwind it. But I told my husband, I said, if you need a Mother's Day gift idea, I would love to have a yarn swift and a ball winder. But if not, that's fine. I can still do it like this. But this was a gorgeous colorway, again from Cornbread and Honey. And this is a really thin little yarn, but I have some fun plans for it, which I will be sharing very soon. One last yarn opening that I'm going to show you, and I have talked about these guys before, but if you're new here, sorry, I'm looking for something to open it with. You would think I would come prepared. If you hate the sound of stuff opening, I'm very sorry. We keep it real here on the Yarn Hook Needles channel. Okay, so if you haven't heard of them before, Knit Crate is a very fun subscription box that comes, normally it comes in a box, but I think right now They're trying to be more conscientious of all of the stuff that's going on in the country and around the world. And so they kind of have this packaging. And then they also went digital with their patterns. Normally we get like a pattern booklet. I have other unboxing videos if you're curious about seeing what the actual box looks like. But for this month, they did it a little different, which I appreciate that. They're trying to be thoughtful and, like I said, conscientious of everything that's going on. But nevertheless, they never disappoint in the yarn category or department, rather. So this month, I was just wowed by the beauty that showed up in my mailbox. These hanks are just so stunning. This is a superwash merino, 70%, 20% nylon, and 10% stellina. And this is a sport weight. And can we just take a moment to appreciate those speckles? I mean, wow. I said speckles. Sparkles. That's the right word. Sparkles. They're just absolutely beautiful. And this color, oh my goodness gracious. Ruby is the color, and it's approximately 300 yards worth of yarn. So in total, you're getting 600. You always get plenty of yarn to complete the projects that they give to you, which in total, I believe, I always get this wrong. It's either 6 or 4 total patterns. You get 2, no, it would be 4. So it's like 2 crochet, 2 knit, I think. 4 or 6, I can't remember. But you get all of them. And so, like I said, we got them digitally. This month, we're getting them digitally. So there's like a little link in there. But again, all of that said, down below, I have a code you can use to get some money taken off of your first box. You can cancel it anytime. Just get it one time as a little Happy Meal treat for yourself while you're in quarantine or lockdown. Lockdown sounds like a nicer word than quarantine, so we'll say lockdown. But yeah, just a lot of fun, and I have never been disappointed with a yarn that I get from them. And so yeah, I think that you would enjoy getting this for yourself if you're interested. No pressure. Okay, so things I have been working on. A friend of mine over on the Instagram did a Tunisian crochet everyday challenge where she shared like just like different Tunisian crochet tips and stuff like that. And I was so inspired. About 3 years ago, I told my husband, I said, I want to make like one beanie every single day for, a whole month and see if people like really enjoy it and kind of stretch myself creatively. And that, kind of sat on the back burner as an idea, like ideas mostly do. And if you're a creative person, which if you're watching this video, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you are a creative person. But as creative people, what do we typically do? We have 745,000 million ideas going, and not to mention the 6 that we're currently trying to work on with just the 2 hands that we've been given. So yeah, I am always at a crossroads with having way too many ideas and never enough time. Even when I've been forcefully given time to be at home. Just being a mom and homeschooling and all of that stuff, it's a lot to juggle, but nevertheless, I wanted to finally bite the bullet and put together a 31-day challenge for you all and for myself, just to kind of feature some of these amazing indie dyers who I've been purchasing from, feature their work, and hopefully encourage you and motivate you to kind of step outside your comfort zone, maybe purchase some yarns that you've been on the fence about, or just to have something to make or do, or maybe you sell at market, maybe you sell online, maybe you're already prepping for Christmas because money's going to be tight and you need to go handmade fully this year. Whatever the case, I am doing on here and Instagram a 31-day beanie challenge. So basically what I'm going to do is share a brand new beanie pattern with you via video. And it's going to be so simple. All you're going to need is a 5mm hook and 1 skein. So approximately 250 yards of a size 3 or a small size 4. So like Karen Simply Soft would work perfectly if you want to go the budget friendly route, or just a DK weight indie dyer yarn if you want to go the more fancy route or luxurious route. So that all being said, these are a few of the beanies that I have already I almost said purchased, completed, that I wanted to show to you. So remember that gorgeous Easter egg yarn? Well, this is one of the beanies that I will be showing you how to make. And this is that Easter egg worked up. And I'm going to kind of show you, get close, and hopefully show you that stitch in there. So we got some fun stitch definition. And this is the crosshatch beanie. That's what I'm calling it. So the cool thing about this challenge is that I did something different and unique. For every single beanie, we're using the same hook size. For every single beanie, all of the beginning stitches and rows, so this whole section right here, this is a double brim, so it's a little bit thicker. All of that is the same on every single beanie. So that means this is the same chain amount, and then the amount of rows to make the ribbing is the exact same on all 31 beanies. How cool is that? And at the end of this whole 31 days, I am going to offer you all 31 patterns for a simple price of $10. You get all 31 patterns sent straight to you digitally for just $10. So that's like $150 value at, normally $5 a pattern. So yeah, something that you can do and have for forever. So if you eventually want to sell, if you eventually, well, not eventually, but if you like hand make for gifts or Christmas or birthdays or just whatever's, you can do that. You'll have all 31 of these. So again, I wanted to make it super, super simple where you just need like one ball of yarn and you are good to go. And yeah, so I will obviously be photographing these. I'm trying to find the little tag. I'll be photographing these in the indie yarns, but I'm actually in video going to be filming myself making them all with Caron Simply Soft because I have a whole bunch of Caron Simply Soft on hand. And if you remember, I have my Make Your Stash 2020 challenge. So I want to kind of work through some of the big box store yarns that I already have on hand. So yeah, just a fun little thing. And again, I'll have a new video going up every day. The challenge begins tomorrow, which will be the intro video to how to do this and how to just kind of prep yourself for all of these so you can kind of be ready and just make them along with me if you're interested. I'll show you two other beanies. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not putting stuff on top of things. This is another one made in a coast to coast yarn. Remember that sea glass one that I showed you at the beginning? This is another one of her colorways. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I'll kind of show you the detailing up close. So just a nice tight stitch right there. So, so beautiful. And then here is another one of the coast to coast yarns. So, so pretty. I think this one is like Secret Garden. I think that's what this one's called. And then currently I'm working up, I'm in my tutorials, I'll be making child sizes, and then I have all adult sizes too. So you'll have both of those size options. But right here is Bay Horse. This was the third skein that I bought from them. So this is the other one that I'm working on, this gorgeous vibrant blue. And so you can kind of see right in there the texture. Just love how tight that stitch is. And again, the double brim, and then I've got my tag in place with my little clip. I don't know why I have a red tipped nose. I'm clearly Rudolph today. So yeah, that's something that you can be looking forward to for the next 31 days. Just something to kind of take your mind off stuff. One other thing, I have been tirelessly working on blanket designs because I know so many of you are blanket making lovers just like me. I probably have, excuse me, about 7 blankets in total, almost completed, that I will be sharing over the next 7 weeks. My plan is to release 1 blanket every Friday. I was trying to come up with something cute and clever like Snuggly Sundays or movie night Fridays where I share like a cozy blanket and stuff, because I try to make like throw size blankets of all of mine. Some of them I make baby size, but everybody fights over the blankets in our house because we're just big blanket people, I guess. But this is a gorgeous Tunisian blanket that I have been working on, and it's almost completed. It's a big mama, but you can see all the colors. I'll show you this way. All the colors as we move along like that. So I have this, one more stripe, and then like kind of a fuchsia-y pink. But this is Tunisian crochet. It is Tunisian crochet chevron. Isn't that fun? And this one has already been claimed by my 12-year-old daughter. She was like, oh my gosh, that's mine. But if you are at all interested, I'm going to have several Tunisian blankets coming out. So if you don't already have Tunisian tools, I am using just a pack that I got off of Amazon. So if, again, you're at all interested in any of that, I highly recommend picking yourself up a hook, going ahead and purchasing. And if you get them off of Amazon, obviously shipping times are a little bit delayed. Some stuff is coming faster than they say. Some stuff is coming later than they say. So I'll link that down below, my favorite set. This is what I always recommend for beginners, especially if you're not like totally sure you're going to love Tunisian crochet. It's not that big of an investment, but if you've already done it and you're looking for like a more permanent set, I'll link a set down below too that I recommend as well. But these are just when I'm carrying around a project in the house and I don't want my hooks and stuff to get broken because I do have kids. These are the ones that I use because, like I said, they're less costly. So yeah, I think that is it. I'm pretty sure. I'm just looking to make sure. Yeah, so, oh man, it has been a wild 6 weeks. I cut bangs. I haven't cut my whole hair. I've thought about it, but I'm not like at that level. May 1st was my birthday, and it was my first time in 45 days. Oh, I have to stop for a second and cough 1 minute. Anyway, it was 45 days that I had been in the house, had not left even once. Just so crazy and so bizarre to get out. We just drove around. We picked up some dinner and we went and just sat in a field at the park and just let the kids like run back and forth from us to the tree, just to kind of get out some energy and not stare at the same walls. Thankfully, here in Kansas, we are starting to lighten up just a little bit on certain restrictions. So, you know, I don't know when things are going to go back to normal. I don't know that things will ever go back to the way that they were. I can't imagine that they will. I think everyone's just going to have to adjust to a new normal. I don't know what that looks like for us. I don't know what that looks like for you, but I'm so glad to be back. You know, I feel great. My recovery was wonderful. Little man is doing so good. Our family just loves him, and I am just anxious to dive back in and get to chatting with you all again and being more active here on YouTube. I love filming videos. I've said that before. I love creating for you all. I love just being in connection with you all. And so another place that I love to hang out is Instagram too. I'm trying to do more kind of day in the life of. I do lots of baby wearing stories where I'm rocking little bear. And I have some other ideas and things in the works that I am working on that I haven't really talked about yet, that I'm so excited to share with you all. So, you know, I don't know what the future holds for Yarn Hook Needles, but I know that I'm going to work until I can't work anymore, just because this income has been a blessing to our family during this time. And like I said, I'm so thankful for all the support that you've given. I'm so thankful for all of you who have been encouraging and said nice things in comments and who have sent messages and well wishes and prayers and all of that stuff. That does not go unnoticed, even if I don't directly say anything. I do see those things, and I am just amazed that people who I will probably never meet in real life, or in person rather, people who I never meet in person, just take the time to say something encouraging. And I just really appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you. So I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to have had our little guy, and I'm glad to have gotten back into our routine. And I'm so excited about this 31-day beanie challenge. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The beanies are so cute. I just love them all. And I am so thrilled to be able to share these Dyers with you guys and just their incredible talent. They just blow me away. It blows me away. You would think, oh, you know, one dyer is the same as another dyer. It's not. They're not. Even if they're using the same exact materials, the way that they dye, the techniques that they use, the colors they see, the things that inspire them, it's literally like owning little pieces of artwork. That's really how I see it. So yeah, with that all being said, I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday. And we will start off tomorrow with Beanie number 1 and all of the how-tos of how to make the starting section of every single beanie. So again, make sure that you have a DK or size 3 yarn or a thinner size 4 yarn, which would be worsted weight. So again, Karen Simply Soft would be one of those, and a 5mm hook, and meet me back here. Make sure you turn on those post notifications and the little bell so you get notified as soon as the video goes up. And I will, as always, be in the live chat talking with you all. And I'm going to probably have the video go up in the evening, probably around 8:30 Central Standard Time, because that seems to be when people are kind of the most settled down and the most interactive. But yeah, I again hope you have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.